Now I just wanted to put a quick video together about apprehended domestic violence orders. People in other countries apart from Australia will probably know them as restraining orders. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is so that I can direct people that I actually meet, people that I don't meet, these people online, beautiful, if they watch this video, all the power to them. Specifically also friends of mine at work, because we don't usually have all the time in the world to speak. You know, you do have these brief moments where you do talk, whether it's before work, during lunch, and maybe bits and pieces whilst we're working. My friend pretty much had an A.V.O put against him by his missus, and I explained to him what an A.V.O is. I mean, he knows what an A.V.O is, but I explained to him the things behind an A.V.O and the repercussions pretty much behind if you were to breach an A.V.O and what would happen to you and stuff like that, which pretty much shocked him. Now, the police will tell you, and I know I've said this in my very early videos, but this is for the young guys out there that don't know, and the new guys to this type of information, the ones that are in pursuit of this type of information, because believe it or not, many lawyers that you go see will pretty much tell you, oh, I can't give you advice. Until you start paying them, will they actually listen to you or respond to you? Till that point of time, I can't give you legal advice, is what they're going to tell you. Now, the police will tell you it's nothing but a piece of paper. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. But if you were to carefully analyse that piece of paper, and you won't, because you'll be frustrated, all the dust will be in the air, you'll be charged. Usually you'll be charged and you'll be probably contesting the A.D.V.O and pleading not guilty. Now, when I say you'll be charged, you can take that in two ways. You'll be charged via police, and you'll also be electrically charged. You'll have that feeling of being abused, because it is abuse, especially when you're falsely accused of something that you haven't done. Now, that piece of paper, if you were to read it, when you calm down, you can read it, and you'll understand it is much more than just a piece of paper. It states this: if you fail to comply with any condition of the A.V.O, apprehended violence order, you may be immediately arrested and charged. The maximum penalty for failure to comply with an A.V.O is a fine of $5,500 and or 2 years in jail. So it's not just a piece of paper. The last time I went to court, the local court that is, was last week, and the time before that was about a month before. Now, that in this new phase in my life, this period where I went to the court, I was actually shocked, because as compared to when I went to court 3 years ago, the local court, and pretty much fought the previous domestic violence charges, and I won the case because I had recorded forensic evidence. There's a big difference between back then, visually, what I see in the court and what I see now. What I see now is pretty much the police, they have a bench inside the court itself. It's a pretty big bench. It's expensive material, so it's not something that's lightweight. It's something that is to pretty much be permanent, to stay there. And there's police officers behind this bench. It's like a bar, a pretty expensive bar bench. Now, if you have a domestic violence case or matter, when you walk into that court, you need to see these police before you actually go into the courtroom. So the police are heavily entrenched with these D.V, domestic violence, violence type of cases. It's obviously just about wealth extraction. Now, A.V.Os, in my opinion, it's common sense, they're sexist and discriminatory, specifically against men. Why? How? Well, you try and put an A.V.O against a female. Even when you have forensic evidence, that she is being abusive, she's pretty much abused you, severely assaulted you, things of that kind. It's very, very rare to find a female that has an apprehended domestic violence order against her, a restraining order against her. And this is because it's not how the system wants it to be. There's not that much money to be extracted out of females. It's directed at males. And therefore, that is why it is sexist from the word go. If a man has had an apprehended domestic violence order placed against him by a female, he should leave her. It's very, very simple. The best way to solve this is to just walk away. Don't stay with her. And this is the problem that I see with a lot of my work buddies. They're like, my friend of mine the other day, pretty much I told him, how did court go, because he told me that he had to go to court. He's got an A.V.O against him, and his missus put this A.V.O against him. I'm like, are you still with her? He's like, yeah, I think she loves me, and she loves you. If she loved you, she wouldn't put an A.V.O against you. And people like this, if you have kids by them, they're not going to let you see your kids. There's always going to be problems, especially now. You're still childless. You haven't got kids from her. And she might end up having kids from another man. You're just being abused. She's parasitical, keeping you around pretty much to extract things from you. You're nothing but mere utility. And if you stay with her, you're pretty much doing one of the biggest mistakes that you'll commit in your life, and you will end up regretting it. So if a female puts an A.V.O against you, walk away. Break your SIM card. Destroy your phone if you have to. Destroy your phone. That's how far you need to go to stay away from her, at least to keep her away from you, because remember, it's more than just a piece of paper. If you fail to comply with any condition of the A.V.O, it's not only about you failing to comply. Females, when they're out to get you, they will call you and they'll try and get you to say something. They'll instigate it, and they'll get you to swear at them. They'll go to the police and I'll say that you threatened them. The police will come and they'll get you and throw you back into a cell. You end up in prison. Is that what you want? Use your brain. Break that SIM card. Stay away from her. That's what you must do. Well, anyway, thanks for listening, guys. And hopefully this has taught some of you guys out there, especially my workmates that I talk to about MGTOW, why you need to leave a female as soon as she puts an A.V.O against you. You know I'm a MGTOW. You know I won't go near females in that way, shape or form, because I'm smarter than that. I know what the game's about, and I know what females are about too. But at the very least, if a female's put an A.V.O against you, walk away. Use your brain. Till next time.